Why would I touch that? So it went from 100 degrees to 35 degrees overnight. We got a 40-mile-an-hour wind, so that's exciting. That's why we're dressed like this. Let me tell you what's going on today. So last year I started this project. First, let me tell you why I started this project. You've seen my XJ out working. You've seen that every once in a while it meets something that it kind of struggles with, and I was thinking, man, it would be nice if I had something a little bit bigger. I don't want to replace it, but I want something just a little bit bigger for the bigger jobs. And I thought, why not build something cool? So I had this shell of a 1961 Corvair wagon laying around, and I got thinking how cool it would be to build this into an off-road recovery machine. Now I've decided the time is now. I'm trying to get this done before 2021. Wagon will be done before 2021. So anyway, let me tell you really quickly, this is the basic machine. Got a Kingpin Dana 60 in the front, Dana 70 in the rear, LS. Power plant, right now it's got a 5.3. Probably gonna end up with a 6.0, supercharged, whatever. You guys can help us decide what we should do. Got a turbo 400. I'm not gonna be driving this on the freeway. I don't need an overdrive, so the more compact turbo 400. NP 205 for now. We might end up putting an Atlas in it if we need more gear options. But yeah, so this is basically, if you consider that my XJ is a half-ton vehicle, work with me, it's a half-ton vehicle. This is a 1-ton vehicle. We're gonna be working on this. We're gonna be showing you our progress on this in upcoming videos, so stay tuned. To kind of get back on track, I haven't touched this thing for about 8 months. And so I've got to figure out where I left off and what we were working on. So today's goal is simply to make a plan and get Rudy started welding. I've tacked a lot of things together on this that aren't permanent. And in the words of Paul Cox from Fab Rats, Rudy's gonna make it permanent today.
I think this is about where you should have the steering wheel.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely not going to be more room.
There's not gonna be much back seat.
That's what I'm worried about.
I think the back seat's not gonna be much more than this. Maybe some razor seats can fit in there, but you're just not gonna have a ton of leg room. It won't be too bad. Here. Lizzie, let's wash this up.
Like this?
Put your feet down, though. Yeah, I don't know.
There, we gotta have a clearance for this.
Yeah, the floor ain't gonna be very low.
Lizzie's a terrible person to have in there. She's small. Move.
Randy, we're trading spots.
I thought XJ was better. Is it worse than the XJ?
Yeah.
Well,
My goodness.
I guess I don't even need to be in this seat, but look at that. Hey, this seat is not bolted in.
You guys look like crash test dummies.
Let's do some recon here. Let's figure out where we're at, what we've been doing. Wow, it's working on itself.
Yeah, hop in there.
Hop in here.
Could it be this tall, Lizzie?
Yeah, I just have to take my spurs off to get in, but sure.
Why don't you like this height?
You gotta get in and out of it. You gotta drive it without tipping over.
Okay, you've got like 2 inches. Whoa, a little more. Whoa.
Okay, what are we hitting?
So there's a wiring harness at the bottom of the block, and a couple other little, like your vent on the top of your diff.
It's actually that bolt right there.
That's well, it's just a vent hose. So I mean that's absolute maximum.
Yeah.
Right there, compression, because
You want to be hitting the end of your bump stop.
yeah,
right here.
that's like oh man, we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Is there any way to clearance that engine a little more?
Whoa. Yeah, we're gonna raise it another
I
inch.
love this height.
Yeah.
That's bottom height, though.
I know, I love it. So I'm gonna be jumping this thing all the time to make it this height.
Forever.
Left or right?
Let me loose and righty tighty so I'm screwed down.
I would do these probably 1 inch, ½ inch, 1 inch. I would do this in its entirety. Definitely weld that together because that's going to add a significant amount of strength. And when we put these plates on, we're going to have to cut a hole in the plate so we can plug weld this. We can do it to these ones if we want to. It's cleaner to plug weld them than to try to get in here. Yeah. So get some cardboard and start making a big old pattern. Let's take care of all of the welding we can take care of and build those rear spring pockets and the stuff like that. Well, Ed, it's almost derby season. Are those exact enough for patterns?
So what was with the 2 and 1?
I don't really know the reason, but I have a guess. That's just how I've always done it. I've always been told to do it. But if one weld fails, it will just let the one weld fail and stop at that weld. It won't continue across. But if the one weld fails at one end, then it'll crack all the way through the weld. But I don't know. That's just a guess.
What's the reasoning for the 2?
They're stronger than one. A stitch is stronger than a solid weld. How would I make any freaking sense? Some sort of a pattern. Do what I need to do.
What's that?
Getting closer. I can actually cut everything but there.
Just do them with the plasma cutter and just make them look ugly. They're not ugly. Not if you do it right. It's kind of an artistic look. You need to weld all those. Both ends of every rod have not been welded. They're literally pressed in with a ton of force. These are gonna need some sort of a gusset underneath there. Now here's a thing though. 0?
Yep.
Oh, I did those before I had an angle finder. I want you guys to know that. Okay, so Rudy, when you do this up here, you may want to take a bigger piece of pipe and
Pop it down.
and weld it in here so that this plate, when it goes up there, you can weld it to this and then all the way around there. And then you're gonna weld it to this and that'll give it, put the pressure over a little bit. I don't think there's much more engineering up there than there is back here. I think it's pretty much the same engineering. I think we're set up about where we wanna be on these. And then if that's the case, then we can cut these top off, which is gonna be better. We're gonna drill holes in the floor all over the place and plug weld this all together. We're gonna build a hoop over this, Rudy, that's pretty substantial. The transmission tunnel. We've gotta build a hoop up there, put ribs on it, stretch the metal over it.
Needs to go right there. This goes up to there. It'll be beautiful. Okay. People are gonna ask, can you build a car without a tape measure? We'll find out. It's not done yet.